Each year, we look in amazement at the contributions of our incredible volunteer corps. During the pandemic, volunteers were the last to leave sites and among the first to return, demonstrating their commitment to volunteer service and their love for the Park Authority. Individually, they represent a host of different cultures, particular interests and skills, as well as areas of expertise. Collectively, they are amazing, showing their passion for altruism and caring, kindness and ability, as well as spreading the gospel of why parks are an integral and vital part of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to share with you the 2022 Outstanding Volunteers as selected by their peers. Let's meet them and hear their stories. Ava Belmont is a freshman at York College and volunteers with the Laurel Hill Park Volunteer Team in IMA, where she leads subgroups during larger events and provides guidance to volunteers with less experience. She's volunteered regularly, conducting invasive management activities, and she's known as the group's most consistent and long-tenured volunteer. Since 2020, she has volunteered at the front desk at Mount Vernon Rec Center and has also taught skating classes. She is an inspiration for others. Anna Alatrash has that can-do attitude that has allowed her to step up in many different areas at Spring Hill Rec Center. She provided musical and movement sessions to the preschool team, assisted in inventory and organization of supplies and equipment, assisted in the fitness department with classes and cleaning, and answering customer questions. In addition to adding value to the preschool program through her musical talents, she recently became certified in yoga instruction. For the last 5 years, Dave Barnard has shown his flexibility and helpfulness. From the beginning, he's been willing to travel to any site that was short on volunteers. Although his home base is Cub Run Rec Center, he goes to other rec centers whenever needed. All who have worked with him value his kind, gentle, and consistent style. His outstanding contributions have been in the pool, getting student athletes more at ease swimming in the deep end of the pool and serving as an inspiration and guide to new instructors. William Dowd began his volunteer service with the Park Authority as a play manager at Twin Lakes Golf Course in 2019. He leads the Tuesday morning shift and supervises all activities associated with on-course management. Dowd's reliability and dedication are something he brought with him from his long career with the U.S. Navy. Over the last year, he provided on-course training to new volunteers. His positive attitude is very helpful when it comes to handling unique situations that may arise and presenting guidance or even a gentle warning in a pleasant manner that conveys the message. He exemplifies the role of a volunteer, helping golfers in every way to enjoy their round from check-in to departure. Dan Dyke is dedicated to Colvin Run Mill. Dyke has undertaken many projects, from setting up and helping with events to cleaning mill gears, organizing the wood shop, and clearing out weeds in the mill race. He's been instrumental in planning, setup, and working at events. Noticing the need to update the education center, he organized a group to paint the 2 rooms. As president of the Friends of Colvin Run Mill, he helped raise money to buy new lighting and installed it. When he saw that the site was running low on storage space for grain, he helped procure and install a new freezer, allowing the site to produce and store more grain for sale in programs. Dyke also established and maintained a social media presence for the Friends group, increasing the visibility of the site. It's Elizabeth Etherton's initiative, excellent communication to park managers, and the inspiration she sparks in others that makes her a gem of a volunteer. Etherton cares about the garden at Frying Pan Farm Park and how it's used as a teaching tool with the public. She stepped up to ensure the garden was properly cared for and maintained. She developed an annual plan for the garden and drafted garden activities for Frying Pan's Spring Farm Day. In addition, she assists with arranging environmental education activities. Another volunteer makes things happen out at the farm. Jerry Lipinski brings an incredibly positive energy every time he comes to Frying Pan Farm Park. With him operating the carousel, riders are in for a fun and interactive experience. His attendance and dedication ensure that the carousel is available for the enjoyment of park goers and allows staff members to perform other duties that benefit the park. Joya Foreman is committed to making Green Spring Gardens a place for everyone in the family, and it is this dedication that underlines her 5 years of service to the Park Authority. With the pandemic still keeping the site closed, Foreman created family activities in the gardens that were accessible and interesting to visitors and helped celebrate Greenspring Garden's 50th anniversary. Examples include poems through the garden in the spring and finding 50 frogs to commemorate Greenspring's anniversary. She was also part of the team to develop story time in the gardens to include Korean and Spanish languages. Alan Figit is a dedicated volunteer with a passion for speaking on astronomical topics. He's spent thousands of hours of his own time participating in the Friday night public viewings, special events, as well as the courses that he teaches at Turner Farm Park. Figit developed astronomy courses, maintains the telescopes, and has worked with many parents and Scout representatives for schools, retirement homes, and Scout groups to arrange activities at the park. Dave Gorstline tackles a unique volunteer role each spring as the Duck Nest Box Coordinator. He trains and supervises a small group of independent volunteers, which meets at Huntley Meadows from February to June to monitor duck nesting activity in the park. They also repair and maintain the boxes every year. Gorstline's commitment to this program has been a significant contribution to the long-term natural resource management at the park. His efforts ensured institutional knowledge is shared with new volunteers, the nest boxes are well maintained, and that there is data to aid in natural resource management decisions. For almost 5 years, Janet Yeager has been volunteering at the Lee District Rec Center as a front desk associate. She gives patrons accurate and current information, which is essential after rec centers reopened. Yeager sets an example for newer front desk associates, carrying herself in a professional manner with a can-do attitude. Always willing and able to lend a helping hand, she volunteered to train several of the Pulley Career Center students as well. She is an invaluable team asset. After 22 years, Susan Jones has only gotten better, and that's why she is once again an outstanding volunteer. She's given 199 hours to South Run Rec Center this year, and throughout her volunteer tenure has contributed more than 4,000 hours. As a front desk volunteer, Jones exemplifies friendly helpfulness in all her dealings with customers and staff. Her dependability, enthusiasm, and follow-through have done much to influence new customers to join and old ones to keep coming back. Brian Keith has been an active outdoor volunteer since January 2019 and a great asset to Sully Historic Site. Whatever the task, moving firewood to setting up and taking down tents to ensuring candles are lit during candlelight tours, he's ready to tackle them. He also cleared invasive materials from the Cane Branch Archaeological Trail at Sully, making elements of the historical structures in the park more visible to visitors. His work assisted the public in viewing and commenting on proposed waysides in the historic Canes Branch Trail project. Full-time student Owen Cross was among Hidden Pond Nature Center's most active volunteers during the past year. He often steps up to help with programs or fills in for other volunteers. He helps with cleanups, trail repair, and invasive plant removal, and his help is critical in the park's unique programs, such as the Animal Sweethearts Dance and Campfire Fridays. Christine Lansing is an exceptional volunteer at Riverbend Park who leads bird and wildflower walks. She's knowledgeable, friendly, and reliable. Program participants rave about her teaching skills and the walks. She engages with park visitors on the trails to provide education about the natural areas and wildlife. She immediately reports down trees and issues to park management so that they can be addressed rapidly. Her dedication helps park staff monitor bird and plant species throughout the park. For this year's Bluebell Festival, Lansing volunteered to lead wildflower walks. She also took on training of a new roving naturalist volunteer. Finally, she promotes other park services such as programs, hikes, classes, and camps. Yasmin Mario began her service to the Park Authority with the Friends of Lake Akating Park as a monthly trail cleanup volunteer. Fitting with her passion as a steward of the environment, she created the Young Flappers subgroup. She already has volunteered more than 200 service hours. Yasmin challenged her fellow high school students to get more involved, earn service hours, and remove pollutants from Lake Akating's 493-acre park during monthly cleanups. During the 2021 school year, she coordinated the first FLAP quarterly trash off, which drew 200 volunteers who collected an estimated 3,000 pounds of trash. Moreover, students throughout Fairfax County gained increased environmental awareness of how pollution affects parks and watersheds. Since 2014, Mike Messman has been volunteering at Greendale Golf Course, holding a variety of positions. During the pandemic, he took responsibility for key areas in the golf course and took on numerous maintenance duties. Throughout the year, rain or shine, Messman and his golfing colleagues undertook different projects that would not have been completed without their efforts. Kim Newman is willing to assist in different ways, including stepping up to help when there is no official volunteer coordinator. When the longtime volunteer coordinator left, Newman learned the process of onboarding volunteers. In April, she led a successful watershed cleanup at the Cub Run Stream Valley, which encompasses 8 different cleanup sites, including the area around the rec center. Making customers feel welcome and supported are just some of the reasons Providence Rec Center's Brenda Pryor is appreciated by patrons and staff alike. She's provided many suggestions and ideas, including producing an insert letting customers know that they can use their pass at all rec centers and not just at Providence Rec Center. Pryor's presence at the front desk enhances the quality of each customer's experience. Customers feel welcomed and heard when she's on duty, and she is on a first-name basis with many of the rec center's regular customers. Beverly Rivera's work as a volunteer has transformed an area of Lake Accoting Park overrun by invasive plants. For the past 3 years, she has hosted a public work day almost every Saturday. In the past year, Rivera organized and led 47 public work days, volunteered 182 hours, and led 617 volunteers who themselves contributed 1,407 service hours. In addition to removing invasive plants, Rivera also plants many native species to help restore the healthy habitat. Last year, Rivera and her volunteers planted 393 wildflowers and grasses and 113 shrubs and trees. Alice Shipp personifies the expression, "age is just a number." She is always ready with a friendly smile and a willingness to get any job done at Oakmar Rec Center. In addition to helping prep and maintain garden beds, Alice has been instrumental in helping plant more than 100 flowers in the beds and containers around the rec center that creates a welcoming appearance. Many have taken notice, including one customer who posted on Twitter, "Whoever takes care of the landscaping at the entrance to Oakmar Rec Center does an amazing job." Mary Beth Smith's friendly personality and can-do attitude make her a standout volunteer. As a front desk associate, she is the first point of contact for Audrey Moore Rec Center customers. Smith has endeared herself to the front desk staff with her open and friendly demeanor, especially during busy times at the rec center. She is unflappable when there are last-minute changes and knows how to diffuse potential issues even before they arise. Her positive rapport with staff and patrons, along with her capable problem-solving skills, makes her a true asset to the team. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the 2022 Outstanding Volunteers. Thank you and congratulations.